I had a great career as a graphic designer, but painting was always my passion. My work is considered contemporary realism. I work primarily in color pencil. My daughter-in-law, Chelsea Dyer, a PhD candidate in anthropology, was active in the Witness for Peace organization. She had attended a number of delegations to Colombia, South America. Delegate members meet with activists and community leaders to hear their stories of hardships as they work for social justice. I had done several portraits of people that she had met on one of her prior delegations. I was touched by the strength and dignity of these people. I don't consider myself a trained portrait artist, but she suggested that I go with her on the next delegation. I could personally meet and talk with the members of these Afro-Colombian and indigenous communities firsthand. So in July 2017, I went on my first delegation. The situation in Colombia is very complicated. Indigenous and Afro-Colombians have long inhabited land rich in resources such as gold, oil, and gems. Free market capitalism and trade between Colombia and other countries, including the United States, has allowed multinational corporations to seize their land. Activists and community leaders are working to raise awareness and change to combat racial discrimination, killings, lack of fundamental human rights, lack of clean water, health care, education, and the dignity in the face of oppression. The voices of the Colombian people often remain unheard in their country and across the globe. Through the power of my art, I hope to educate and initiate a dialogue with the viewer that will encourage others to recognize the struggle for racial justice across these communities and the globe. It is important to keep supporting organizations such as the Witness for Peace Southeast, www.wfpse.org, and the Solidarity Collective, www.solidaritycollective.org. I have recently created a Faces of Colombia, the Invisible Communities website at www.facesofcolombiaexhibition.com to help spread the message, and you can find support information on that site as well. Other ways to help: the U.S. aid should focus on the peace accord implementations. The U.S. officials should meet directly with Colombian civil society and not just politicians to develop policies about peace aid to Colombia. The Colombian government must take actions to safeguard the lives of social justice activists. U.S. aid should fund rural development projects instead of aerial fumigation. During the 10 days I spent on this delegation, I met with many leaders, activists, and people in the community surrounding Cali, Buenaventura, and Bogota. I had personal stories of pain, suffering, anger, and death, but at the same time, I was touched by the strength and dignity of these individuals. I wanted my paintings to capture the emotion shown in the faces of the young, the old, the children, the women, and the men, as they fight for basic human rights and social justice. Everyone that sees the show has a different favorite. You can't help but love the innocent children. However, the painting of Donna Maria has special meaning for me. It was one of the first portraits that I completed. Donna Maria is recognized for her lifelong dedication to defending human rights. She works daily to protect the land and educate others about their struggles. She faces constant death threats from paramilitaries and other groups that work for corporate interest. During my delegation, I took hundreds of photos. It was not possible to have people pose, so I just kept randomly shooting images. The paintings are 100% color pencil. I crop the image very tight and complete a rough outline sketch. I work on ampersand pastel board. This surface has the right amount of tooth to hold the many layers of pencil. I always start with the eyes. The eyes tell the story. With a very sharp pencil point, I work from dark to light, building the features as I move through the painting. The paintings may have anywhere from 30 to 50 different pencil colors layered in a cross-hatching process. The ampersand board also allows me to spray varnish the painting, so I don't have to frame with glass. Some of the larger pieces in the exhibition took anywhere from 300 to 500 hours to complete.